This challenge is called Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. You will form breakout teams of 3 or 4, and each team plays out a 2-minute scene in a restaurant. Each team will play who plays the characters of the waiter, customer 1, customer 2, and the manager. That's 4 roles. If you have a team of just 3 in your breakout room, then you only have 1 customer, the waiter and the manager. Now, improvising a scene is easy if you play the problems. Create problems with the menu, and then find problems with the food. And then, all 4 of you, resolution. All 4 characters have to come to an agreement at the end of this 2-minute scene. Now, the twist is, each character will choose a historical character to play from the 4 that the first mate assigns your team. So you might decide, I'll play the waiter, and I think I should be this historical character. And the audience, the other players, will have to guess who came to dinner. All 4 of you, who are they from history? Now, this is normally where a good number of players panic. Under stress, it's very hard to think of any historical characters because we don't know them well. I mean, we know Neil Armstrong was the first person on the moon, but what was he like? So first, confess the stress. You know the acting will be all pretty rough, but the teamwork will have flashes of brilliance. The first mate has 4 character scene assignments for each team at the end of this video. The teams will connect the historical character with which role in the restaurant. Is this one going to be the manager or a customer or the waiter? Each team decides who plays who. You might be cast as Geronimo as the waiter, or you might be Oprah as the manager. Rules. In the scene, no character can give themselves dead away. They cannot reference their own name, their biographical specifics. For example, Joan of Arc can't say, "Call me Joan of Arc," or "I have to get back to driving the English out of France." That is what we call a dead giveaway. But if you were playing Joan of Arc, you could probably say something like this. I would like a really, really big steak, a very, very well done steak. In fact, a steak flambé. You know, you will have to take it on faith is that I can hear voices. And the voices, they tell me that I should order French fries and French toast and French onion soup. But zut alors, I have a problem with the menu. It is in English, and you offer English muffins. So regardons. I take this butter knife or steak knife. I use it as an épée sacrée to drive the English from our beloved restaurant booth. Now, each team will have 3 minutes to rough out a plan for the scene about the characters, the menu problems, the food problems, and a resolution. That's 3 things. Problems with the menu, problems with the food, and then you all come together with a resolution. Then each team will be put on speaker view with 4 minutes max to play their scene. And at the end, everyone votes on the best team sketch. Using the print screen list at the end of this video, the first mate can send out assignments to anyone who's getting stuck with their character. But you're already going to be assigned by the first mate, but the first mate can refer back to who you are going to be. You're going to cope. You're going to improvise, and you're going to make it work in just a few minutes. Now, everyone needs to select hide non-video participants. The top right menu bar over here on your right. First mate, 4 players in each breakout room for just 3 minutes to plan the menu, food problems, and resolution. 3 things, what's going to happen in the scene. And then everyone in gallery, you all need to, in your top right corner, hide non-video participants for the 2-minute scene. So we're just seeing the characters, not the audience. That'll be 1 or 2 customers, a waiter, and a manager. The challenge is to work together through conflict. Now, if the first mate is not printed off the scene assignments at the end of this video, they can scroll ahead to the 4 character scenes at the very bottom of the video that they are going to assign to the players on the spot. You can mix and match the characters for the players and the genders if you wish. But generally, you're improvising. You know how much time you have? Go to it. Good luck. This challenge is pure fun. In speaker view, you are going to react to a line read aloud by the first mate. You have to make a noise to hold speaker view and make a funny face. I know some of you are clenching with fear just with the thought, oh no, I can't do a funny face. So confess the stress. Take a breath and learn simple ways to make a funny face. Number 1, throw every muscle left and close your left eye. Then throw your right eye around. So let's try that again on 3, 2, 1. Number 2, we'll keep adding little bits here. We're going to show 2 or 3, or show your top or your bottom teeth, not both, crooked. And pinch one eye. Let's try it on. 3, 2, 1. Number 3, puff your cheeks, pinch one eye, and roll the other one around. Let's try it on 3, 2, 1. Number 4, pull your head back in horror, bite your bottom lip, and tighten your neck muscles. Well, you won't see mine with my beard. On 3, 2, 1. That's more British if I do the top. Let me try that. Number 5, suck a lemon and flutter your eyes. Do it now on 3, 2, 1. Number 6, open your eyes and your mouth, scrunch your nose, and waggle your tongue around as if you are being electrocuted. Do it now on 3, 2, 1. Number 7, curl your tongue and cross your eyes. Number 8, the fart face. You squint, you show 2 teeth, like this on 3. Oh, and you quiver on 3, 2, 1. So some of you have already got your go-to funny face. The others will pick one from the list I just demonstrated, and each comes with a cue line. So everyone who already has a funny face they use needs a cue line from the list that goes well with your expression, because that's the line that will cue your expression. "15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, it's showtime. When you are pinned or put on speaker view, give the first mate your cue line. If you are in speaker view and not pinned, you must make a noise, or the camera won't be on you. It will stay on the first mate. So make a sound before you do your expression. turn your back to the camera. They will count to 3. And then you turn, they say the line, and you give your funny face, which is a reaction to whatever the cue line is. Oh, and remember here, a little tip. You're not looking at your screen, all right? You're looking at your camera. Don't look at your own face. That will make you self-conscious. Look into your camera and do your funny face. For example, my line is, buy me a drink.
Buy me a drink.
Yeah. No. This makes great print screens. You can make avatars from your next meeting for your funny face, or it can be your next photo ID. The first mate has the helm. Enjoy each other. The challenge is called Animal Crackers, and you play in breakout teams of 4s or 3s where necessary. Your team's going to ad-lib or improvise a scene where you are all together as friends planning a birthday party for a mutual friend. Her name is Keela. Now jot down or print on screen these 5 planning points. Food, dessert, drinks, gifts, games. Your scene can last only 2 minutes, so everyone should contribute 1 or 2 lines per category. But here's the twist. Each of the team members personify an animal. As an example, you're not a cat, you're cat-like. Aloof, graceful, intense, predatory. As a human, you would not say meow, but you could say, perfect. A glass of milk goes nicely with birthday cake. How about a piñata filled with chocolate mice? And the biggest part of being animal-like, but not actually an animal, is body language. Are you playing a bear? Honey cakes are good. Or are you a chicken? What? What? Did you say deviled eggs? Whose eggs? Or perhaps you're playing an alligator. Apples. We could bob in water for apples. For variety on each team, everyone whose first name starts with A to K chooses from predators. First names who start letter L to Z, that's the first name, choose from prey. You only have 15 seconds to choose your animal from this list. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. First mate will put you in breakout rooms of 4 or 3 for only 5 minutes to practice your party planning scene together, working from the points you jotted down: food, dessert, gifts, drinks, and games. And a twist. You want to tilt your camera up because you need to be on your feet for the scene. So clear some space in front of your camera, tilt your camera up a little bit, and then the first mate will bring you back from your breakout rooms to present to everybody in your scene on your feet. So be big, be bold. You're not literally animals, and you're not trying to eat your friends, predators. Remember, animal-like body language, animal-like voices. All the other players have to guess every animal represented in each scene. And then everybody votes on the best scenes. And no, you cannot vote for your own scene. So 5 minutes prep, and then 2-minute presentations on your feet in the main room, and the first mate will pin the 4 scene players while the others stop video, hide non-video participants, so the whole screen is the 4 or 3 players in that scene. And then you go to the next scene and 4 other players. And then if you have time, vote for the best scene. The first mate now has the help. Play on. This challenge is called What You Doing Now? It's a competition, like log rolling. You are trying to unbalance your opponent, and you're going to send them tumbling into the water. It's hard because you are 100% physically occupied while constantly thinking of something new that you have to do. I'll demonstrate. Then you will be put into matches, which can be knockout rounds or round robin as time allows. So you're going to be competing with other players one-on-one. So I've got an open playing space. I've got about 6 feet back from my webcam and about 6 feet wide. I'm going to demonstrate both player 1 and player 2. Player 1 starts an activity like washing a window. And then player 2 will start doing the same thing. And both are fully invested in detailed, committed physical action. There is no generalizing. You have to be specific, detailed, and realistic. You are actually washing a window. So player 2 is washing the window, and they ask player 1, "What you doing now?" And the second player, or rather player 1, says, "I'm brushing my teeth." Both players instantly change activities. Both are brushing their teeth. Player 2, player 1. And you're fully committed to that. And you can't anticipate the next change. You are brushing your teeth realistically until someone states the next activity. So now player 1 says, "What you doing now?" And player 2 would say, "I am bowling." Yes. And then player 2 would say, "What you doing now?" And player 1 would say, "I am juggling octopuses." And player 2 would have to do the same thing. But as player 1 is doing it, they say, "What you doing now?" And player 2 would say, "I am cliff climbing." "What you doing now?" And player 1 would say, "I am eating tarantulas." "What you doing now?" And player 2 would say, "I am I'm." So player 2 flinched, and player 2 has knocked off the rolling log. Player 2 is knocked out of the game. You're disqualified if you come in late on picking up an activity and you say, I am, and you're disqualified if you're not acting committed to the current activity, like eating tarantula. This is not playing basketball. You're really just waiting for the next action to be announced. The first mate or the designated judges will decide, because playing basketball isn't this. Playing basketball is this. The first mate will decide whether or not you came in late, whether or not you stalled, or whether or not you were not physically committed. You can't pretend to wash a window waiting for the next line. The first mate will run knockout rounds in the main room. Or you can put groups of 4 in breakout rooms and play matches between the 4 and play knockout. Or round robin, which for 4 players in a breakout room, a round robin would be 6 matches. And the best record would be the winner and go on to the main room. Or if it was a knockout, the same thing. On to the main room finals, if time allows. Just playing the game in breakout pairs all at once makes for a good short warm-up for any meeting. The first mate has the helm. This challenge is called Loaded Lines. Like drama, life is about subtext. What is underneath the words? What is really going on? You're going to learn a few simple lines to play with one another, but the lines are going to be loaded. You're going to be given a context and a motivation. The audience has to guess what's really going on. Here's your lines. Whoever's first name, first letter is closest to A, like Albert or Bob, is player 2. The other is player 1. Here are the 4 lines. You should all print screen your script, or you can take a photo of it on your camera. I'm going to read, playing both Chris, player 1, and Pat, player 2. And I'll read a neutral. So there is no subtext at this point. Hello, Pat. I'm Chris. Yes, I know all about you, Chris. So our boss wants us two to meet over lunch before we start the project. Oh, well, you could come here. I have a whole house to myself now. I'll provide lunch. Oh, well, okay. I'll bring dessert and a little something extra. Oh, a surprise. Well, ha ha ha. 2 can play that game. I do look forward to meeting you. Now I'm going to load the lines and run it again. Hello, Pat. I'm Chris. Yes, I know all about you, Chris. The boss wants us to meet in person over lunch before we start the project. Oh, well, you could come here. I have a whole house to myself now. I'll provide lunch. Oh, well, okay. I'll bring dessert and a little something extra. Oh, a surprise. Well, 2 can play that game. I'm so looking forward to meeting you. So what do you think was the subtext? I loaded Chris as a rookie wanting to be working with this person, his childhood hero, a sports legend. And now he's a producer like himself, or she's a producer, like Chris. His little something extra? Or her extra? Chris's, or rather Pat's, unsigned rookie card, worth $8,000 when signed. I loaded Pat as a veteran administrator whose highly qualified best friend got passed over for the job by Chris, the village goofball. And Chris's aunt is their boss. The little something extra? Well, the little something extra is a device for Pat that will clone Chris's phone and laptop so he can know exactly what's going on. I suggest you print screen your lines and tape them beside your camera, and don't stand too close to your camera. We need to see your body language. After you have run the scene a few times, you'll discover you know your lines. If you don't let your fear get the better of you, you won't need them taped up beside your camera. You'll realize if you take down the lines that you know them. Now, before you even know whether you're playing Chris or Pat, depending on the first letter of your first name, you're going to load your lines. You don't even know yet which character you are playing, but it doesn't matter. What matters is how your lines are loaded. So you and the first mate choose any one of these premises on screen and jot down the gist of that one premise. The LSC, the little something extra for the character. Now, we're going to add the timer. You have 30 seconds. You set up this new partner to hack their computer. Your LSE, wireless hacking device. Or you're shy, but this job has to work out for you. Your LSE, an expensive bottle of wine. You are madly in love with the other character. You're stalking them online. Your LSE will be an engagement ring in a box. You are so bored the other character is an idiot, but they have to like you. Your LSE, strong weed. You set this up for revenge. The other player, drunk driving, killed your family. Your little something extra, drugs to knock them out, and then have your revenge. Or you stole $5 million from your mafia boss. You have to bring the other player into the scheme. Your LSE, bribe money. Or you're an undercover agent. The work project is criminal. The other player kills their rivals. Your LSE, you're wearing a wire. Or you are terrified of the other character. They are a confirmed psychopath. Your LSE, a taser. Or you are drunk as a skunk or as high as a kite. Staying high is your only priority. Your LSE is an ounce of cocaine. Or you're 100% positive and professional. You did your research. The other character is going to be a great partner. Your LSE, some great research you've already done to start the working relation off on a good foot. Or you're flirty, as always. Your LSE, a little bottle of hard liquor. Or you are reeling from a terminal diagnosis you got this morning, inoperable brain tumor that is already affecting you. You have 3 years to live, but you need this job and money. So you need your partner's help to do some of your work that you can't. Your LSE, an X-ray of your brain. Well, the first mate is assigning pairs to breakout rooms. You can all print off the script of 6 lines from the earlier print screen, or take a photo on your camera, or jot your lines down and tape it beside your camera, or put it on an on-screen dock. Then go find or make your prop. That little something extra, the LSE, should be in your hand during the scene. It will help you remember your motivation. First mate, you can pause me here, stop share screen until everyone is back on camera and ready to be assigned as an acting partner. They have their script, they have their LSE prop. So you are going now to be sent to a breakout room with your script and LSE prop and your opposing player. The player whose first name begins with the letter closest to C plays Chris. Both have an LSE prop. So load your lines with your premise, and your LSE prop is your off-camera compass. You hold it in your hand, a reminder of your character's motivation. You have 4 minutes to run and run and run your lines with your partner until you're relaxed. And when you are relaxed, you will realize, if you take down your script, that you have learned your lines from repetition. I used to say, play big choices, but now I say, play yourself in the situation. Play the truth. Acting is not pretending, acting is playing your action. Actors, your action, your LSE is in your hand. It will remind you, it will be your compass. So have fun. This is going to be bad. So bad it's good. The audience has to do what? The audience has to guess the motivations of each player in each scene. And then everyone votes on the best 4 scenes. The gold, the silver, the bronze, and of course the cardboard medal, which is the Don't Quit Your Day Job award. So the first mate will now end my video and put you in breakout rehearsal rooms for 4 minutes with scripts and your LSE that you will make, and then you present the 2 of you pinned in gallery view. Places, please.